Hello, this is Simone. Today I am going to start a new YouTube video series and I am going to have every Friday from now on I will have a 12 by 12 scrapbooking process video on my channel, and I will work with the On a Whim collection by Amy Tangerine. This was my June design team project box from April Lily. Unfortunately, I have never gotten around to using it, and so it's about time it's getting used. And what better way to use it than make a scrapbooking process video series? I am going to include a sketch. I want to do mixed media. I want to do a clean and simple layout. I want to show you a layout where the story was sparked by the collection, one or two layouts like that. I want to use a large photo. I want to use a cut file. And yeah, maybe I'm going to do a multiple photo layout. I don't know. So this is what I have in mind. And with this, I actually sat down and wrote that down before I selected my photos. With this in mind, I went to my computer and selected my photos. And I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what pictures I chose and how I am going to pair them, pre-select papers and embellishments for the photos. So I will see you in a second. Okay, so I will insert the sketch that I am planning on doing right now. It is from Stuck Sketches and it is at this moment their newest sketch, and it has two photos and a large title, and I hope to be able to incorporate it like this. And this is the photo I picked. I really like the dark background, and yeah, I would just love to try and see how that works. So that was the first video that I talked about. Then Story Spark. I saw this on the cut apart sheet, and I immediately thought of this photo. This is my oldest son getting an award, and so I loved that. This is also from a cut apart sheet. Really liked that, and I think these two go well together, and I just placed them here on that background because I think this paper goes well with this. I don't really know. I would love to use pattern paper as backgrounds. I also love using white cardstock as backgrounds. I'll just see. I just thought that this would work well, but I don't know how I'm going to work this out. And all of these backgrounds that you see now, I don't necessarily need to use the whole paper as a background. It just looks good with the photo. And yeah, this is another story spark. This is when my son decided to paint his toenails by himself because he couldn't wait until his mom helped him. And I think he was 3, maybe even only 2. And this is the result. And yeah, I loved that prompt. So crazy. It's also from the cut apart sheet, and I really like, so this is kind of rainbow colors or the nail polish colors that we had at that time, and I really like the smiley faces because it's such a funny photo. So I don't know, maybe do something with white gesso and tone down the background a bit and have it pop out darker, the colors more vibrant and on the outside and a white on the inside. I can imagine this would really look good. So that is the idea for this one. Then I have 2 large photos that I printed. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to work if I'm getting a layout out of these photos, because I don't know how they work with the papers and stuff. This could work well if you have a small border and maybe on here, but then I don't know, or this one would go well, but I didn't really find any prompts that went on here. I mean, this is also my youngest son. He is always his own head, and when he's laid down in this on this lawn, it was the funniest thing because he was like just chilling there. So maybe if I can find something that works with this, I could do this or I could do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just need to wait for another collection for those photos. So, but that's the idea for this. And then here is my 3 photos for a multi-photo layout. I don't know if I'm going to use this one because I really like those 2 photos. But then if I cut this apart, these are 2 single photos. If I cut this apart, then you don't actually see that they are working on the Lego together. So I don't really know. Maybe I have to print them smaller, but then I don't know. So yeah, but that's the challenge. And I really love this green with from the aquarium in the back. That works really well together. I don't know. I just like the way those photos look on this paper, and we'll see where this leads me. Then I have, this might be a chance for a clean and simple layout. I really love these 3 papers together with these 2 photos. So let's see how that works out. But this could be another combination with photos and papers. And the last one that I had on my list, I thought about a mixed media one. I talked about another mixed media one, but I categorized it under Story Spark. This one. I love how this photo looks on that background. I can imagine that there could be some kind of mixed media going on back there. Let's see how I can work this out. But it's also a story spark because this boy here, he is now going to be a 5th grader. It was his very best year in school ever. And that's mainly because of this teacher. And so I thought the background super fun would be really super fun. Then I have another photo that I printed that I wanted to tell a story about our Sacramento trip. I thought maybe if I can find something with that goes with the photos, I could use it. I like how this looks on the background. I don't know if I'm going to use it like that or what I'm going to do, if I am still motivated to work with this collection after I'm done. And then I have, this is the last photo here. Yeah, and I put it on this pattern paper. I don't know if this works. Maybe I'll have another paper. Let's see. But there's a story that I would like to tell, so maybe I can use this. So these were, I don't know how many. So 1, 2, 3. So these are maybes. 1, 2, 3. Let's count this as 4, 5, 6, 7 ideas for layouts. I have already had the photos, and then we have 2 more that could work but don't have to work. So that was, how much did I say? 7 plus 2 is 9. This could be 9 layouts. I'm not going to promise any number of process videos. I would love to get at least 5. So let's see how that works, because I don't want to, I know that I'm definitely going to work on this one first, because this is just the one that speaks to me most right now. Yeah, let me know which layout of those 9 you would love to see next after this one. So when looking for the pattern papers that went with the photos, I looked for story sparks, colors that went well with the photo, and I hope this helped you get an idea on how I choose or start working with such a large collection. I know of scrapbookers, or I watch YouTubers. Irid Landgraf comes to mind. That's how I get the impression when I watch her YouTube videos, has a totally different approach than I have. There's so many different approaches out there. So this is not the way to go. This is how I try to handle and manage a large collection. This is something you could try if you struggle with using your scrapbooking supplies and you don't really know where to start. Please let me know if you do, how it works for you. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time with the first process video. Bye.